Hello and welcome everybody to yet another day of the GG League, the Good Gaming League, season number 2. It's going to be the playoffs as well. There's only the playoffs, no group stages or anything like that for us to cast. So it's the first round of it, the round of 16, however you want to call it. It's Vega Squadron. They went under the name of Uropb. I don't know even how to pronounce that. They also played as Pulo in the BOCE, the Battle of Central Europe, so I don't know what, I guess Vega Squadron, there's the tag for them, that's what they have to be. Up against Section 80 in this best of 3 series. We're of course HeflaTV, your English coverage. I'm Coucher and I am joined by more Rage Please. How you doing?
Hello, my friend. I'm doing quite well. Yeah, Squadron seem to be the team with multiple personalities, but they seem to have the same players, so I guess they are a team. I've known them as Europe B, but should be a really good matchup here today. Teams are pretty well matched, already into the ban phase here, so.
I mean, the ban's more or less standard, but Lycan
Yeah.
as a first ban, I mean, I I don't think Pulo, at least Vega Squadron, let's put it like that. In Battle of Central Europe, I didn't see them use the Lycan at all, I think, so I have no idea. Is this just a specific ban against the team, or does Section 8 just hate that hero?
I'm not sure that it's a respect ban. Yeah, I think some teams like LGD has shown it's still pretty strong, especially Dire side. So I guess they just don't want to play against it. That would be my speculation. I believe it'd be Afterlife picking that up for Vega. So they do pick up the Ogre position 1. So obviously a very relevant hero throughout the game with that Bloodlust is able to stay relevant throughout the late game. And his early game harass is pretty unparalleled with that 6 base armor. If you're able to get boots and let's say an orb of venom up on him, so pretty solid and stable pick from them there.
Definitely nothing out of the ordinary, but of course that leaves a couple of strong heroes for Section 80. Something like a Razor, Tide Hunter to start with.
Hmm.
Really well. Jakiro, definitely one of those as well. And it's also nice to have heroes that can make your lineup or the drafting at least flexible. I mean, whether Jakiro, you can send it off lane, just tri lane core, mid lane, support, whatever you really want to do with him.
Yeah, very versatile hero in what he offers and in what role he can play. I mean, with that liquid fire at level 4 with that small cooldown, it offers quite a bit of push, and of course the utility with the ice path. Pretty damn good heroes all around, but like you said, very standard thus far, and they will pair it with the Vengeful Spirit. So already got some minus armor, pretty decent roaming combo if they choose to put Jakiro in that support role.
Whoa, but man, Vega Squadron going for a disruptor as well. I mean, I love that hero to bits, but oh, what's like? It's not like there's a massive synergy between the ogre as well as the disruptor, other than you glimpse back a target and then stun him. But that's a
Yeah,
combination you can just run with so many heroes anyway.
it's definitely not readily apparent, and at least from the Dota buffs, not something that Vega has run too often. So a little bit of an interesting pick here, maybe to counter up the swap with a Static Storm. But other than that, I can't see all that much synergy, as you mentioned. So we'll see what they pair it with thereafter.
I guess it's nice to have. I think maybe they're just trying to go for a semi-aggressive kind of lineup that
Mhm.
just gets a glimpse back, kills a hero, and maybe can go for a tower. Of course, for that, it would be nice if they themselves had a Jakiro, for example. Liquid
Right.
Fire just mows down towers. But they also ban out just a Viper, an annoying hero to deal with just with that corrosive skin, as well as a Phantom Assassin who is, well, not quite immune to physical damage, but the blur maxed out, just 50% evasion is just too damn strong early on.
It is. It's very good in this patch, and that's been shown, especially with the passives persisting through things like Doom and Chrono. But I guess if they weren't going to pick it up themselves with the Ogre, they didn't want to see the PA in the hands of Section 80 here. So they'll ban out both the Tide and the Centaur for Section 80. So don't want to see two strong offlaners. Centaur very good in terms of initiation, and they already have kind of a squishy lineup here. So I like the bans from 80. I guess the mids are pretty much the focus of Vega's bans here. So
Well, do Vegas bans just indicate something? Do they want to go for a just certain type of hero into the mid lane? I mean, maybe a melee hero would struggle up against both of those. A little bit, maybe something
yeah,
like an
no
Ember
doubt.
Spirit.
Could be an Ember for sure. Could be something like a Brew. I guess the Brew was taken out pretty early. Interesting here, though. We'll see the Drow Visage combo from Section 8. It's a little bit Vici, a little bit Cloud9-esque from them. Of course, there's no Visage there, but with the minus armor, as well as the marksmanship. It's going to be a pretty solid lineup in terms of right click. Now, up into the glimpse, how do you feel about that Drow Ranger pick? She's definitely someone that wants to stay out of range for the most part in these team fights. So,
Well, I guess maybe that was one of the reasons that they banned out the Centaur as well, because with the Stampede, Frost Arrows won't do anything for that short duration of the Stampede,
right.
of course. Blink Hoofstomp next to the Drow, and even the Tidehunter with a Ravage can most usually just catch everybody with the Blink.
Hmm.
And Vega Squadron themselves banned out one of the heroes that can just jump onto the Drow Ranger, the Phantom Assassin with the Phantom Strike.
Right.
But, well, they go for the Legion now. Legion, of course, might or might not make it all the way to the Drow Ranger, but early on, just glimpse somebody back, get an easy duel win. It's kind of scary. Section 8, they definitely have to play so that if they're backing off, they have to make sure they back off as a team, just to make sure that one hero does not get left behind.
Yeah, and they'll go full C9 here with Section 80. Actually, looks like Venge is going to be run perhaps in a core role here. We'll see what they choose. It'll probably be more likely the Jakiro in the core with the Venge Visage picking up the 5 and 4 respectively. But regardless, they've got the familiars plus that precision aura, and it's active here. So gonna look to perhaps rat out Vega a little bit, which is, I mean, it's okay. Disruptor deals with that pretty well, as does Legion if she's able to get up a timely blink. And Axe, obviously, with the Berserker's Call, is very good up against familiars. So Vega, it seems, were prepared for this as they responded immediately with that Axe pickup. Very interesting to see Axe in pro play at all. So
It's definitely not a common pick, but I'm not too sure if it was Vega Squadron themselves, because there was just way too many matches in the BOC group stages. Like 8 days worth of 6 games or something, so some team definitely loved the Axe. I guess it might have been they themselves. But at the moment, if they don't snowball just completely, they're just gonna find themselves in a really sticky situation. So with their last pick, do they just kind of go for maybe somebody who can be as aggressive as their current lineup would indicate, but still also be able to carry them in the late game?
I think that's exactly the role that they need to fill here. They need a space creator. They need someone to garner the focus of Vega here. And they ban out the clockwork. So, I mean, a lot of their bans, like you said, had been focused on initiation. I mean, Brew gets a blink, Tide gets a blink, Centaur gets a blink, and of course, Clock has the hook shot. So they're really worried about their Drow being jumped on here. But perhaps they put all their eggs in one basket with those bans, and that leaves Vega quite a bit of flexibility for this last pickup. Which will probably be their mid lane unless they put Axe in the off lane with the LC mid, but more than likely we will see no one's hero come out last here for Vega. Be interesting to see what Section 80 does.
Well, for them, they can go for multiple things as well. They could go for something like a Puck if they wanted to, for example, send like a Shakira off lane, have a standard throw, Venge, Visage, safe, try or something,
Right.
but oh wait, Troll Warlord instead. And my god, the precision aura on everybody with the battle trance. Oh my god.
They do have quite a bit of right click with this range-based lineup, at least early on for that Troll, and he should do fairly well if they put him in the mid lane up against either LC or Axe, if that's the choice for Vega here. And definitely not the space creator I had in mind. I think a Puck would have been a little more suited to their lineup, and he would have fit the team colors being blue, but they go for the Troll Warlord here, and we're definitely going to see a good game with Axe up against Troll. No shortage of ego for either of these two teams.
Oh, that's definitely for sure, but man, I have to say Section 80's lineup, it looks pretty solid. Maybe they're kind of lacking the frontline tank, so to say, but they have quite a lot of kite and disables, just Ice Path, Grave Chill, the familiar drop downs, Frost Arrows, and
Definitely.
even swap back from Vengeful if need be.
It definitely looks to synergize more than Vega's, but it does look to have some vulnerabilities as well. So we'll see if they can expose that.
Oh, Vega, man, they have to come out with something magical to just... Or, it really depends how they want to lane this. Maybe they're gonna run a kind of a weird aggressive tri lane, but up against what Section 80 has, it's going to be really hard to actually beat the tri lane, especially since Disruptor isn't actually the greatest in tri lane situations.
Yeah,
Just because
definitely.
Thunderstrike, it does a lot of damage, but it also just drains your mana. It's 130 mana costs. It does 160 damage, so I guess it's decent-ish, but I do believe you start with like 280 mana or something, so you can use it twice and it's just gonna be out of mana.
Yeah, Disruptor is pretty weak early on. A lot of his spells are very mana intensive, as you mentioned, and he doesn't have any hard disable. So he is paired with the Ogre, though, so that's pretty much a guaranteed kinetic field every time. And they will pick up the Dusa for the 5th pick for Vega here. So looking to take it late beyond Trolls and Dro's effectiveness, perhaps. But we will see no one pick up the LC, so it looks to be a mid-Legion commander. And some sort of weird tri-lane, as you had mentioned. Perhaps they're going off-lane Ogre here, as Pashe Bashu picks up the Ogre. So interesting.
At least we're seeing something different. I mean, Axe, of course, could be just purely in the jungle as well. I have seen that run at least a couple of times during the past week or two, so at least they're not afraid to go for something different. But
Definitely.
if the Legion Commander and Axe, if they don't get off to a rather decent early start, then I feel like no matter how farmed the Medusa is, Section 8 with their entire lineup should be able to just mow through Vega Squadron anyway. I mean, the mana shield, as good as it may be, it's just the synergy of Section 8. If they get it to just combo up, it's going to be ridiculous. And for Vega,
Yeah.
even if they duel somebody up, they don't have the craziest of just burst damage just to bring them low enough.
Yeah, and like you said, with the battle trance, it'll take a while before Medusa's tanky enough for the mana shield to even really be relevant. I think they'll be able to burst her down pretty handily with the lineup and the minus armor that they have at this point. So obviously we get a pause as the game begins.
Obviously. I mean, it's just such a standard thing. I mean, sometimes for some people at least, like the early few seconds they lag, waiting for the PC to actually properly load all the particles and whatnot. But we can just introduce the lineups anyway. So for Section 80 on the Radiant side, Kefka, the stand-in from Aftershock, playing on the Jakiro, with Akimbro on the Visage, Nico Baby playing the Drow, with yet another stand-in, Slavi on the Vengeful, and the last one will be Cupe on the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, and it's an interesting choice here. Slavi, I believe, plays mid for them most often, so it could be a core Venge here, or perhaps Kefka is just more, I guess, more familiar with that Chikiro. But we'll introduce the dire side nonetheless, the Vegas Garden. We got no one going towards the middle lane on his Legion Commander. We got Seema the Slayer on the Axe, and he does look like he is built for the jungle here. Zeke going to be playing up on that 5 position Disruptor. Afterlife going to be playing on the 1 Medusa, and in the off lane we will say Pashe Bashu. This was something that was talked about a lot, I guess, early as the patch came out, on the off lane Ogre Magi. So interesting choice of lanes here, and we will see a 5-man rotation happening from Section 80 towards the bot lane at the moment.
Somehow I get the feeling that this Ogre is not gonna have a fun time on this lane. He didn't start with boots either. I mean, he doesn't really need a stout shield just because of that high base armor, especially with the triple branches. It's up to 7. But there's gonna be Visage, Grave Shield, Magic Missile, plus of course the Frost Arrows as well. If he is even slightly out of position, I expect that to be just an easy kill on him. And
yeah, he should be punished.
But what's like the alternative for him? If the lane is really bad, some offlaners can just go into the jungle, but Axe, farming up the jungle himself, he can, I guess, go in and try to leech some XP, or does he even just start roaming around the mid lane? At least try to help out Legion there?
I would definitely assume that that's the more likely choice, that he begins to roam around. I mean, he doesn't have a great partner, as you mentioned, in the Disruptor, who will probably have to babysit Afterlife anyway. So I think, I mean, as you mentioned, with the situation there is thus far, Section 80 certainly has somewhat of a palpable advantage in the lane stage.
Well, at the moment, lanes definitely look to be pretty damn passive. Mid lane might even see the most action maybe early on. Of course, top lane Chikiro, not the greatest of offlaners, but starting with double ring of protection, up to 8 armor as well. So both offlaners just stacked on armor. Of course, one with just natural base armor, the other one with the items.
Right.
But I guess Chikiro early on should have a slightly better time anyway, being up against the dual lane, plus the dual lane not being just extremely scary.
Yeah, Medusa early on, I mean, she does have the snake, which is pretty potent, but other than that, I mean, no real kill potential, I don't believe there. Interesting mid matchup though.
Yeah, I haven't really seen a troll go up against a Legion Commander, I have to say. Overwhelming odds though, extremely annoying as a harass tool, but no one, starting with extremely low, just gold, going for the stout shield, lots of regeneration and the iron branches. It's gonna take him quite some time to get the bottle, whereas QP on the troll, he was rushing it, a few shared tangos and 2 branches, and already has it just coming out to him.
Yep, Ogre just being zoned out pretty much bottom lane. He'd actually found his level 2 in the tree line here. Nico did ping him out, but they didn't have a Kimbro who was pulling with them at the time, so weren't able to bring him down for that.
So in this mid lane matchup, who would you even give the advantage to?
It's hard to say. I think once Press the Attack is leveled once or twice, I would give it to the Legion, but I believe early on Troll does have the advantage with the spam ability of Whirling Axe. It's such a low mana cost early on, and he does have the ranged advantage if he needs it. So,
Well, so far, Precision Aura, actually it is level 1, but it won't give you that much even if you go into the range form, plus you're losing some damage anyway. No one already went for the rune as well a little bit earlier on. Got the bounty rune, bottom lane, Invis picked up by Pasha. And do we have any detection? Yep, they have one sentry still on Slavi. One is already down, but Pasha, is he aware of this sentry here?
well, he is getting pretty aggressive in lane. I don't know that they have the kill potential. He does have the boots advantage. There's one level in Grave Chill, but some harass going on at the Kefka in the top lane. He's going to get glimpsed back, and they're going to put some right clicks into him. This should be enough. Already dropping the Mystic Snake. One more right click from each, and actually our Zeke on the Disrupt are going to be the one to pick up first blood. So Vega drawing first blood as we get a simultaneous pause. And it seems that no one and Vega are back into the game. So nice little pickup there for the dual lane. Not exactly what we expected, but the Invis rune helping Pache. He's going to get sentry bottom lane, but he actually just walks just out of the vision in time, so he'll be just fine for the moment.
Yeah, I think he was probably keeping a tab on just whether sentry gets popped or not. Was checking the Vengeful Spirit outer, saw the movement of the warp being placed, so smart play by Ogre, and I'm really surprised that he has had such a good time. Now Vengeful will come in, but don't think it's going to be enough anyway.
Yeah, he's almost sitting at level 4, 150 experience away, and is getting pretty darn close. There are 7 denies for Nico. Actually, they're going to aggress on him now. Slavi just out of range for a magic missile. Though this boots advantage is really paying dividends for the Ogre so far.
Yeah, he even started without boots as well. Just lots of regeneration and some tangos on him. But since he got the early few last hits, got that past level 2 as well, it just helped him out so much. But now another set of Frost Arrows, they are level 2, minus armor is there as well. But Slavi doesn't even run close enough. So
yeah,
this
just
Ogre,
a little harass.
I wouldn't have thought that the Ogre is gonna get this much. I mean, is it a misplay from Section 80 or just really well played from Pasha himself?
I mean, Aki is getting a bunch of the jungle. He is doing quite a few pulls, but I feel like they could get somewhat the same in terms of experience from punishing the Ogre. And an early level 6 on Pache is probably going to be pretty scary up against this squishy Drow Ranger early on. So I would be worried, and I think they probably should have punished it more.
And one thing, I mean, would it have been better for them to have the Vengeful Spirit pulling rather than the Visage? I mean, Visage, better attack damage early on, better attack range as well. Would it have been better for him to try to zone out Ogre, for example?
Certainly, and the Grave Chill does synergize pretty damn well with the Frost Arrows, so I would agree with that. Visage has really good base damage for a hero that's often played in the support role, so...
Well, they might finally get the kill on Pasha, never mind, Slavi will not go all the way back, and Pasha of course backs off already. At least Kefka on the Chikiro has caught up in XP and levels, now a random ice path kind of. Don't know what that was supposed to accomplish, but he will get a lot of XP from this wave.
They do aggress bot lane with a Grave Chill and some harass from the 2 supports, but Pache way too tanky with his 7 armor this early on. Now 8 actually, and he's still sitting on 4 armor with a level 2 Wave of Terror. Is it? It is. So he's really tanky at this point, and just feeling he's got his chest stuck out.
For good reason as well. Kefka drops a little bit low. They need to get some vision for the glimpse if they even want to use it. He's completely blocked in. There's the glimpse. Ice Path used. They might still get the killer, but the TPs are coming in. Kefka drops low. QP will clean up our Seek as Afterlife. Is there any escape for the Medusa at all at the moment? Well, Seema comes in as well. He's level 5, so no Culling Blade and just gonna run away. So a 1-for-1, but it's a support for an offlaner, so slightly favoring Vega.
Definitely, and the Medusa survives there, and they cause QP to rotate over to the top lane. So this gives no one a little bit of space in the mid lane to farm up. He's sitting over at 33 and 8 in terms of CS to the 23 and 0 of QP. So LC did win the mid matchup, it seems. Pretty passive one at that, going for the max overwhelming odds build. I wanted to know what your opinion is on this build from the Jakiro. Has put a point into dual breath, so a little bit interesting, not something we see all too often.
Well, the latest Jakiros I've seen actually usually just go for Liquid Fire and maybe even maxing out Dual Breath without the Ice Path.
Wow.
But most Jakiros I've seen in the past couple of weeks have gone for more or less the exact same build. It
Right.
just alternates whether you need Ice Path or... Oh, Akimbro with the Invis rune. I think no one spotted him out, running into him for a second.
He did ping it, yeah.
They don't have any sentries though now. Even Sima got body blocked by a little bit. This might be a huge engagement. Mid lane just 3 versus 3 potentially.
Yep, and Nico not having the best time finding space while this is going on. Pasha actually just standing up at the wave last hitting. You'll see him ping it out here, so it looks like he wants some support because Pasha is almost level 6 on this Ogre.
God, that's excellent for them. I mean, Jakiro does get level 6 as well, and even goes for that early point into Macropyre, uses it immediately as well. The creep wave is coming back in, so the timing wasn't the greatest, but might still be able to kill them off with a couple of Liquid Fires. But do you even think Macropyre, is it a good enough spell to level this early on? They don't have the most reliable just lockdown for it at the moment. Ice Path level 1, it isn't really all that awesome either.
They're going in bot lane on Pasha. He's actually going to get magic missiled up. There's a few right clicks in a body block from Slavy. One more Frost arrows going to finish off Nico. And so they'll finally kill that Ogre, but not before he almost stings level 6. And he actually brought out a Soul Ring recipe as well. But to touch on your point, I would agree that Macropyre probably isn't the best. While I say that, actually QP finds a kill in the mid lane on the LC. He's being pursued by Sima, and he will get decapitated here. Sima very low. Good play by him, knowing his boundaries and his limits there. And he will find a return kill onto the mid laner.
Top lane, they're going on to Kefka though. There's the glimpse as well, not the greatest one, but kinetic field is down. Ice Path won't do anything at all. If you right clicks, Afterlife gets the kill. And in the mid lane, it's crazy that the troll almost got a double kill with him getting jumped. The duel was used as well. At least the troll did not win the duel, although he got the kill anyway. But the major fact was he got to activate the battle trance before the duel just came on him. Just the extra attack speed made him that much stronger. And an axe, he can't really do all that much to just help you win the duel. If the hero is low enough, yes, you can go for the Culling Blade, but bringing that hero low enough is the just biggest problem for them.
Definitely. They need a little more burst potential, and with Pasha in the off lane, they don't have that Fire Blast or Ignite to tick down the dual target, so...
Akimbro might be in trouble. Fire Blast comes out as well. One more smack, but Pasha, he's going to trade his own life, or is he TP out? Oh my god, it's so damn close.
Wow,
Nico baby,
and he makes it.
I think if the Drow Ranger had stayed farther away, I think he went close enough for the marksmanship bonus to halve, so he missed some attack speed as well as attack damage from just getting only half the bonus.
Down there? I don't think that I saw him use Gust, and he probably could have at that point. Oh, interesting. Maybe he just dinged. He's well into level 8, so interesting.
What do you even think of him going for a Hand of Midas? Is it too greedy, or is it just fine for this kind of game?
I think it's okay, being that they probably expect us to go a little bit later with the Medusa, but in the same respect, you should probably use Drow's effectiveness early on to try and end the game, really. But Afterlife has been the one...
Oh, poor Nico baby. Sima, blink, Berserker Skull comes in. Pasha will follow up with a Fire Blast. No multicast, but not even necessary.
Easy pick, and that's probably going to punish the Midas pickup even more so there. So, wow, and I can't believe Sima comes out of nowhere with this Blink Dagger sub 10 minutes from the jungle. So, obviously did have uncontested farm and found that kill on Cupid in the mid lane, and that definitely helped him out. But they reveal that, and they get the highest priority target off of Section 80 here. So, nice little smoke gank rotation from them.
So for Section 80, they're on the back foot slightly at the moment. They don't have the core items, the core levels either. I mean, especially Visage does not have the familiars quite yet. Are they waiting for some sort of timing to just go aggressive, or do they just wait for Vega to make a mistake?
I guess that's the case, but Vega's going in top lane on Kefka once again, and Stonegate has been used. He's cornered into the trees. He'll get cleaned up by the Mystic Snake, so nice use by Afterlife instead of letting the Thunderclap take him out to pick off the Jakiro there, and they've amassed almost a 5,000 net worth lead for Vega at this point.
And being only 10 minutes in, that is just ridiculously huge, and Well, XP about 3000 as well, so not doing bad at all. They have all of their level 6s. If only Legion got this Blink now as well, but mid lane, Blink, Berserker's Call onto QP, overwhelming also follow. Can they get the duel? No one, he gets it from a long range, oh god.
And the Culling Blade gonna finish off QP there, and the one hero that was doing very well early on and almost picking up that double kill has now fallen twice. And a little bit worried about this Troll Warlord. He's sitting at 5th overall now on the net worth chart under the LC and under SEMA. So perhaps the trump card for Vega this game is this 4-position Axe who's really paid dividends early on.
Pasha going for another TP out from the draw as well as Akimbro. So he does make it out once again. Ogre though, he's just constantly gone down to the bottom lane over and over again. Looks like it's going to be the case here as well, but this time around, he's going to be accompanied by Arseek as well as SEMA. They had the Static Storm ready, just Berserker's Call into Static Storm. Pretty much no escape for anybody. Although maybe we want to save the Static Storm to just stop the counter initiation, something like that. But they should get like 1 kill so easily if they find anybody. And Smoke is going to break, they know somebody's around.
Pop. Yep. Nice blink, very well played by SEMA. He's going to find a Kimbo and cancel the TP. Ignite going to go in there, Thunderclap, Fire Blast, and he should be brought down momentarily again with the Culling Blade. SEMA going to find another 4-0-0 on this 4-position Axe already. Crazy, crazy play from him.
My god, and not only that, Medusa, he's been free farming the safe lane the entire time, and not only free farming, he's been a part of 4 kills, which 2 of them he's gotten the last hit of. He has picked up a Yasha, so I guess straight off Manta style, or does he go just something like Yasha into Skadir? What's the preferred item build for Medusa this game?
I usually you see the casual Yasha pick up into a bigger item like a Lincoln's. I'm not sure that Lincoln's is that good here. So perhaps like you said, he goes right into the Scotty or some sort of damage-oriented item. I think the way that they are leading the game, like in general in the draft you definitely talked about, there might be an engagement here in mid lane. RC gonna plant down a nice aggressive objective reward, and no one gonna dodge a nice path. But like you said in the draft, they do have a lot of damage to bring down this Medusa, but not in the manner that they are sitting right now at this point in the game.
Well, at least now the Vengeful Spirit has himself a Medallion of Courage as well. So if they get a little bit of breathing space, Roshan is just such an easy thing for them to bring down. Now, the Wave of Terror scouts out both SEMA as well as Arseek as well, I believe. But SEMA, he's gonna have his Blade Mail soon enough as well. And even if the Troll Warlord does get the Battle Trance off before the duel or Berserker's Call, that Blade Mail is just gonna be so good. The earlier you get it, the better, of course.
I was just laughing that Pasha was solo pushing the bot lane like this was a 4 protect 1 ogre Magi in this game. He wasn't even worried about joining the engagement, cutting the creep wave, pushing the wave, and now they're going to find a tier 1 for it. There's no glyph here for section 80, so Pasha will even find the last hit. And hopefully we don't see
mid lane though, no one. Oh, never. Oh my god. Well, that's a 5-man gank just easily dodged.
And they define the T1 as well across the map. Battle Trance going to be popped here, though. There is a glyph. And so we'll see if Vega looks to defend this. They have brought Afterlife down. He's going to eat into these familiars and finds a free 100 gold already. So he did pick up that Ultimate Orb. And it looks like he'll be going into the Manta, as you mentioned.
Oh, well, this might still be a Scout as well. And they get the second familiar. Oh, god. Pressed attack, giving that a little bit of extra attack speed, of course. Well, not a little bit, quite a lot even for the Medusa. And Medusa is excellent against the Vicious Familiars, just once the split shot gets maxed out as well, and gets a few damaging items. Just Vega, they are playing their lineup as intended. I mean, they drafted it the way, like they are playing just aggressive, and it's working out wonders. Legion Commander going for a Maelstrom as well with the Glove of Haste, I guess, or can it be Armlet or something else?
I guess it would be the Maelstrom. I would have to agree with that. There's a lot of right click coming out with Battle Trance. He's actually going to go down to a few right clicks here, and the Macro Fire going to be dropped to zone SEMA out. So nice clean pick here for section 80. But I think that Vega is okay with that, knowing that Afterlife is farming at this point, and that Legion already has her Blink Dagger up here. So.
And Pasha gets his solo kill in the meantime. Ice Path will cancel his TP just on the edge though. Don't think he will be able to run away, or does he even want to run away? Is he gonna go man mode on Kefka? No multicast though. Ignite does come out. QP gonna come in to assist as well. Kefka, another Ice Path will get dodged. Pasha. Oh god, beautiful stuff. And he has a 4-step now.
Yep.
But Roshan, of course, is going on in the meantime. They get the Roshan. They might even be able to intercept Pasha now as well if they're fast enough. More TPs are coming. He's the Legion Commander. Slavi has to be a little bit careful if they only got vision of the Vengeful.
That 10% move speed from Bloodlust is keeping him out of range, and he actually gets bottled up here from no one, and he'll be just fine. Blink forward duel from no one onto Slavi. The Ice Path is going to be there to delay the duel, but they'll get this kill, and no damage goes the way of no one, unfortunately, but he does find the kill there, and they're going to chase down Kefka as well. Battle Trance is going to get popped for no apparent reason. Actually, they do pick up Seema in the mid lane in the meantime, but it looks like Kefka's going to get chased down here. Blink is available fairly soon. In 1 second for no one. He'll blink forward, a couple right clicks, and one last glancing liquid fire. In the meantime, in the mid lane, RC gonna get cleaned up by a soul assumption here. Kills all over the map, and Afterlife actually went down as well. So good trade overall for Section 80.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. They did lose the Aegis, but that's exactly what you get the Aegis for. And Pasha forced it forward, so damn aggressive. As an Ogre match should be, I guess. Nice to see. Has already a level 2 multicats as well, next to tier 1. Does get denied. So Section 80 get a pretty nice trade. They get the tower deny as well. Although in farm they are still behind just because Vega they have 4 heroes who are farmed, whereas Section 80 only 3 of them. Or well, I guess only 2 of them even, unfortunately so.
Right.
But Drow, he is number 1, so that's a positive sign for them. Although Drow himself now has an Ogre Club, so either go for SNY or BKB. Or do you think BKB would be beneficial this game, or is it really just SNY?
Well, yeah, I think SNY is pretty good here, just because of the Berserker's Call already being there as well as the duel. So I'm not sure that BKB would help her too much. So SNY does tank her up. Glimpse back onto QP, but he's not going to be in range. Fire Blast goes out onto Kimbro here, and the Kinetic Field's going to trap Slavi. Mystic Stink's going to go out, and it's going to scout out Kefka. Overwhelming odds jump in, and the duel from no one. They're going to clean up Scabby, and that's a nice win here. Slow out onto Pashe, and he's going to get right click down. No, he'll survive for the time being. Actually, the last right click from Kimbro. Stone Gaze going to go out here. Mystic Snake going to bounce between Kefka and Nico. Kinetic Field nicely placed here by RC. And jump in, Berserker's Call from Nico, baby. He's going to clean him up with a Culling Blade. And in the meantime, Jakiro cleaned up by the Legion Commander. Static Storm going to be dropped on a Kimbro. And Seema going to get one more right click from QP. He's going to finish him off, but he's going to pay with his life. And big trade going the way of Vega here, 4 for 2, losing their offlaner and their 4 position. For actually was a five-man wipe there. Slavi did die early to the duel, so 5 for 2 going the way of Vega, and that's exactly what 80 didn't want to happen at this point in the game. They finally started to get some momentum back there mid lane, and then fed over their entire lineup. So
I think they could have done it still a little bit better with no one. He had a pressed attack, but I'm not too sure if it was a misclick or something that the axe went out of range, but he used it on himself, whereas he was up to like half HP anyway. If he had pressed the attack, the axe would have survived, and they would have gotten the kill on troll, but even so, 5 for trade is an excellent just skirmish for them, or fight even. So
yeah.
17 to 9, looking at the graphs again, as Vengeful gonna get dueled, no one. He gets the solo kill with the newly acquired Maelstrom, and now Nico, baby, he's on the run as well.
He's gonna man up on Nico as well. But the TP's going to save him back, and a nice battle trance pop there. Nico will find the return kill. So
oh, he's going for a BKB.
Oh, yeah, so he does go into the BKB. I mean, I gotta disagree with this choice here into the Berserker's Call. He's not tanky enough to have the sustainability to go with this BKB. So it is a casual Yasha into BKB. I guess with the Manta and BKB that will come out afterwards, perhaps there's a little more survivability there. But at this point, I don't see what it does. Pasha going to go in onto QP bottom, and the familiars are going to chase him down. He's just going to zone him out here. There is a rotation from Afterlife up through the high ground. He does have Stone Gaze at the ready, but the teams won't scout each other out here for the moment. And the Scotty was picked up now for Afterlife. Sub 20 minutes, Yasha, Scotty, Treads, Aquila, Magic Stick. This is one farm Medusa sitting at the top of the net worth chart.
So the only reason I can see for Nico Baby's BKB is to avoid Blade Mail, to be able to kill off Axe without taking damage yourself. That's really the only thing. Of course, there the Static Storm and whatnot, but Throw, he relies on the right clicks more than just BKBs. Maybe it's just purely that you won't get glimpsed, you can activate the BKB, but if you're gonna go for a 4,000 gold item just to not get glimpsed, I'm not too sure, but there's the Yule Scepter, Ice Path, Macropyre onto no one. Will they get him down? They need the Ghost as well to follow. No pressed attack yet. That beautiful kill. Static Storm comes out too late. Kinetic Field off target as well. So just a clean kill for them. Familiars, not even necessarily, just hanging around.
Very nice chaining of spells from them, and they'll disengage quickly and both TP out. So nice clean pick for them, and they do get a pretty high priority target in no one's Legion Commander there. So well played.
How much damage does Legion have? 38, not that bad. I don't think he's given away any duels, he's not, so that's a positive as well. But Section 80 still, they have a Chikiro. They have a lineup that can just easily push with the familiars, with the precision aura and everything, battle trance. Yet, they've only been able to claim one tower, but mid lane, they get the swap onto Pasha, magic missile as well, if only the static storm was available now for our Seek. But another kill, Section 80, finding the pickoffs, and throw plus troll, they are rather farmed, the second and third position in the net worth.
Not sure exactly what Akimbro was doing there. He just fed both his familiars across the mid lane, one going to Afterlife, one going to Seema there, but regardless, again, like you said, another clean pick for them, and they'll take that win being in the position they are. The one thing they should be worried about is Afterlife and No One are both almost eclipsing that level 16, which no one else has in the game. So level 3 Stone Gaze, level 3 Duel about to come out for this Vega squad.
This team fight is pretty scary from them, to be honest, and it doesn't matter how good your battle trance is, how much precision aura gives you damage. If you get just petrified, you can't right click anyway, but mid lane, Seema jumps in with the Berserker Skull onto Slavi. Should be an easy kill, but the silence is there, he's still alive. Will he get dunked? No, he won't, and they get the counter as well. BKB from Nico Baby gonna go forward, but there's the jump in, the duel is there, they get the win. Stone Gates onto Drow as well, the physical damage is just way too much for him to handle solo. And although Axe died, it's just perfect trade of the Glimpse, gets QP back as well, so they will kill off the Troll Warrior, maybe the Courier as well. Oh no, Courier! I think it's safe with the Sange of QP. He's going for an SMY on the Troll at least, but what a trade!
Yeah, and we saw the ineffectiveness of the BKB there. It allowed her to survive the Static Storm, but the Static Storm was popped when there were only 2 heroes from Vega there, and as soon as the rest of the squad was able to rendezvous with their comrades, they brought her down real hastily. So we're just going to see some split push from Kefka here, but they're going to take down his tier 2 mid a lot quicker, and there's already TPs back from our Zeke here. He's going to get Ice Path, but he does have the Glimpse if he's able to get in range, or actually he pops the Kinetic Field and he'll be out of mana for it. So Kefka will get away unscathed, but they do find the T2 in the mid, and they're going to back off promptly thereafter. We'll see when Roshan spawns in about 30 seconds, so if Vega is lucky here, they may get a quick spawn on Roche.
So at the moment, Vega looking extremely good. Throw does pick up a Blink Dagger, giving her just a slight positional advantage, I guess. But
yeah,
Afterlife,
something to survive, I guess. But she'll get grabbed here by Pashe. Fireblast's going to go into her. That's half her health already. And only gusting him up a few right clicks from Afterlife is an easy kill here. And we see the this Ogre being unchecked has done for Vega. The Drow can't even solo kill him. So he's able to just run in and throw a Fire Blast and wait for his team to amass her. Kefka's positioned nicely though in the bot lane. There's the Yules and the macro. Ice Path on 2. Press the attack though, jump in, duel onto QB from No One, and the Stone Gaze gonna follow. They might actually bring down No One in this duel. No, he does die first, but he won't feed over any damage. Nice defensive slap from Slavi, but a blink forward and a Cole. 2 Coles from Seema. Can he make it 3? No, he doesn't get it off in time. Afterlife gonna find that kill. Pashe gonna die in the background, but either way, the full squad is down for Section 80. This is a free tier 2, and perhaps high ground even for Vega.
what a fight that was, of course. The Stone Gaze almost even managed to save the Legion Commander, not quite, but it disrupted Section 80's ability to just go on any other hero than that Legion Commander. Axe, of course, coming in to clean up. Beautiful Culling Blade into a 2-man Berserker Skull and Afterlife. It was like, what, 2 right clicks and suddenly Familiars also died. Those Familiars, I think, first of all, Akimbro hasn't had the best micro on them to begin with. And just up against the farmed Medusa, and even an Axe for that matter, just a few Whirling Axes or Counter Helixes, and they're gone. This game just, Medusa, he already is going for a Butterfly and almost has it finished as well. With the Butterfly, that's just the majority of Section 80's damage mitigated completely with the evasion.
Yeah, unbelievable how ahead this Medusa is. 16,000 net worth, 4K ahead of the Drow at this point. And I mean, Kefka was really nicely positioned, and perhaps when you're behind, you need to make risky plays, as you see them making a 5-man smoke rotation now. But maybe it wasn't the best idea to engage on those 2 without your Drow Ranger. But we perhaps will see them run into Seema here. He does have the blink, so if he's able to react like no one was earlier, he may get away. Our Zeke's going to be found in the background. He's going to get used up and Ice Path, but they do have counter initiation here from Seema. He's going to taunt up the Drow Ranger, but they're going to Battle Trance and bring down Seema in due time. Afterlife seems to be next, but a jump in duel from no one. He's going to clean up Nico. No, he'll die first and finish and feed over some damage to the Drow. Afterlife will go down as well. So very nice engagement from Section 80 coming out here. They're going to get a 4 for 2, but they do lose their 2 cores. So only the support's able to pick up the experience there for that one. But either way, I think a trade that they're still willing to take, bringing down that Medusa for 60 plus seconds here.
Just crazy stuff how well that went for them. The Ice Path, of course, from the Shakiro in the end made it so that Legion Commander actually loses the duel. Got both the Medusa and the Legion Commander himself. Really clutch plays from Kefka there. And the start of the fight already was horrible for Vega. First of all, not all the heroes were there. Lost the Disruptor immediately as well. And I think the Berserker's Call didn't even connect onto the Drow Ranger because the Drow Ranger was focusing on the Medusa instead at the time.
Yeah, it may have been a little early. Actually, the worst thing that happened and was very early on in the fight, and I think spelled doom for Vega, was the Wave of Terror actually canceled Seema's blink. And so he may have been looking to blink forward and call, and the blink got canceled, and then he just kind of whiffed the call. I guess you're right, the Drow must have blinked in after the call just barely. So nice play all around from 80 there, and they'll pick up a little bit of momentum, bringing the net worth chart back towards 10k lead for Vega and an 8k lead in experience.
Well, still I think Vega, if they just go as 5 on their own terms, they should be able to win a fight with just how far ahead they are. But Pasha, he's going to force himself forward, maybe going to escape Troll, but Troll, he's pretty speedy, especially with the drums as well as the face boost activated. Pasha, he's not going to be able to TP out from here, or is he Fire Blast? No multicast. He knew the familiar drops were coming, Battle Trance used. This Ogre, to be honest, it serves him right to get punished, because look at where the hell he's pushing solo.
Yeah, and he's been able to do that early game, but that's just, I mean, that's headlong and a little crazy at this point. So he doesn't get punished for it, but interesting to see that we've got this 18 damage over on the Drow. I'd like to see how that helps her out. She's already hitting for well within range of 300, but in the meantime, Vega will pick up the Aegis for Afterlife, and he's got that Butterfly, as you mentioned he was building now. Glimpse mid lane though onto Coupe, Yules up is Seema, he's going to pop that Blade Mail, he'll finish off the Familiars here, and looks like it'll be a disengage. No one is aggressing forward, but not willing to jump into the entire lineup of 80, so a nice free 200 gold for Seema, and no cooldowns used from either side, except for the Familiars, of course.
And now no one on the Legion Commander has himself a BKB, so he can make sure that no Ice Path, no shenanigans like that will stop him, Stone Form from the Visage Familiars or something. So gonna help him out a little bit. Of course, damage output wise, not that huge of a difference, and 28 minutes in, 52 points of damage gained for him. It's not horrible, but it's really not the best either. Legion Commander, as far as just Legion Commander games go, this is not the greatest one I've seen.
Definitely not.
But they have the Medusa to rely on as well.
Yeah, I mean, you do want to see her snowball, but she does offer just taking one target away from Medusa there. And if you take the Frost Arrows off of Afterlife, she's going to be able to just clean up this entire lineup with that split shot. They're actually going to fight through the backdoor regeneration here bottom, and they should get this T2 uncontested, as most of 80 is actually on the other side of the map right now. And not sure what they can get done here, so I don't know so much about their position. They will TP back Kefka now as Aki walks over as well. But it looks like this is the signal to go high ground for Vega.
So, if you're Vega at the moment, who is the focus for you? Who do you jump on as the Legion Commander or as the Axe?
I think you're not too worried about the Drow at this point. I think actually the Troll is a pretty good target, and a 4-staff forward from Pache, and they do take out Aki here. Blink forward, and the Cull's gonna whiff. Actually, he's gonna get used up for Seema, but jump forward duel onto QP, and that is the target, but he'll get swapped out, and he's actually gonna drop the Legion Commander. He'll BKB as well, pop the Battle Trance, and bring down Pache. In the meantime, Culling Blade up onto Nico, and the Drow will be down. Afterlife gonna look to man up. He's got no mana left though. Gonna eat a magic missile. Slavi gonna get caught by the kinetic field. Afterlife gonna clean him up. Glimpse back is not gonna be far enough for Kefka. And Nico will buy back here. Looks like Afterlife's going to go down. He's still got the Aegis, though. Gus goes out onto RZ. He's going to get cleaned up here. Afterlife's going to pop again. He's got no Stone Gaze, however, and he's going to eat an Magic Missile. Nice jump forward, and the call from Seema is on 2. Will Nico go down? Nico's able to get out here, and Koopy going to man up on Seema and find him. They're going to Yules up. Afterlife got him here as well. Magic Missile, Soul Assumption, Ice Path, overlap, everything in a very nice base defense from Section 80. It's going to cost them the buyback on Nico, but that's something that they're willing to expend for that kind of win.
Yeah, they did use 3 buybacks altogether. Troll, Throw, as well as the Vengeful Spirit, but I think Vega, they definitely didn't play it as well as they could have. If the Berserker Skull had landed from the axe, maybe all the things would have been different just after that as well. Didn't happen, of course, so Vega, they did get wiped. They did get some damage done, but Melee-Rax will region up. Do you think Vega, they're gonna go just straight back and strike once again without like worrying too much about it, or will they go a little bit passive, just try to farm up a few big items before they go again?
I think they do have the item advantage, and I think perhaps the choice here is to continue going, knowing that all the buybacks are down, but there still is a 9-second BKB on QP here. They're going to use up Nico. He's going to get caught here, and he'll BKB too late, actually. He gets Ice Path up first. RZ going to be found as well. So a little bit of a misplay there from Nico. He gets the BKB off too late, and he's going to feed his life over.
Is this going to be Rex even without the buyback on Legion and Disruptor? Oh, they might get Pasha as well, are you kidding me? He gets the 4-step. Ice Path will be a little bit off target, but no, he gets swapped back into the Ice Path. Oh my freaking god, Vega. They're just falling apart.
This is a disaster for them, and without the buybacks, I mean, Section 8 are not even worried. They're going to at least force buybacks here, but little do they know, Legion does not have it, and neither does Arzik, and neither does Pache. So a little bit of undisciplined play from Vega. No buybacks on any of their heroes.
Oh wow. Dude, this is going to be huge. Can they really claim the Rex advantage first? They're just doing so much damage, it's ridiculous. Battle Trance, only 10 seconds on cooldown. Afterlife pops his ultimate, but not before the melee Rex go down. Doesn't kill off the familiars. Cupid, he's just going to TP out as well, nothing to stop it. That's just crazy. Akimbro even trying to push down the tier 2 top lane in the meantime. I guess melee Rex, it's not horrible. I mean, you have a Medusa who can easily push out the lane, especially with now the Demon Age as well, but they were the ones ahead. They were the ones supposed to claim Rex first.
Yep, and they put this tier 2 in deny range with the familiar, so Arzik will find the deny there. But Seema actually tried to find Kefka on the backside of that push, and his blink was just a bit short. He whiffed the call there, and they get nothing for losing their melee racks, and pretty big misplay from a couple of heroes there in the mid lane, Arzik, and no one getting caught out. So unfortunate for them. 80 is definitely in this game, but like you said, there is still the Medusa, and they've actually brought the net worth back to almost equilibrium here and gained an experience lead. Crazy stuff for Section 80.
Oh, Kefka gonna be scouted by Pasha. Never mind, the trees are there. Can he get the solo kill? But the assistance is close by. He gets the 4-step before the Ice Path. Gets stunned up anyway. Haystrom, Cupid wants to come in. Can he get the first hit bash? Oh no. So
very good game sense there from Pasha, walking to the left up the hill rather than
the swap from Slavion to no one. He's dropping so damn low. Cupid gets his BKB to avoid the glimpse as well. Static Storm tries to keep him in place. Seema comes in with the Berserker Skull. Akimbro, of course, not the best target to go for, but they get the Culling Blade, extra movement speed bonus. Nico Baby though, he's coming in with a Monkey King bar. Afterlife, no evasion anymore. Seema is gonna go down first. Afterlife might be the second one as well, although Nico drops low, but the stuns onto Afterlife. They will get the kill. My god, Vega, they get wiped again. They got the melee Rex, but they're probably going to have to buy back themselves now.
Certainly they will, and they know that the Stone Gaze was down there, and they jump in. It actually just came off cooldown now, so they will have it for the defense if they buy back here. But actually, Pasha going to get caught out with a Mule's mid lane Ice Path as well. He's going to be gusted up. He does force back, but the Frost Arrows prove too much, and they'll even save the kill here for Nico. Pasha goes down. He's got no buyback. What was he doing out in the mid lane with the rest of his team down, needing to defend their racks? And if I'm 80 here, I go Throne.
Well, I guess they're gonna play it a little bit safer at the moment, although they won't be able to just triple Rex them anyways, just because the tier 2 is standing. Axe buys back, as does Medusa, so they might just get the second Rex advantage with the Battle Trance as well. They're gonna go in, Yule Scepter first, Ice Path to follow onto 2 heroes. He's just buying time. It's space created from Kefka Arseek though. He doesn't have his ultimate, but he will have the glimpse onto Cupid, who has a BKB, pops it, tries to go for the TP out, but there's the duel. He might even win this without any assistance. There's the swap back, Cupid will lose his life. There's the Afterlife ultimate, the Stone Gaze. Not gonna do anything at all. But Troll,
Yeah,
he's
not
down
sure
as well
about
without the buyback. Still, they got the melee racks.
Yeah, and they have 2 sets of racks there almost now, and that range racks is pretty low, not going to regen up, of course, and so a good play by them. I think that was the right decision, certainly, to go for another racks there. And unfortunate for Vega here, they have pretty much thrown their entire lead at this point in the game. Had to use their buyback there on Afterlife. He does now have a Demon Edge in his inventory, but only 1100 gold on top of that. And Roshan still not up yet, actually, for about a minute and a half here. So unfortunate for Vega.
This game just got so much harder for Vega than it need be. Or, well, it's definitely Section 80 now actually having the upper hand in both graphs as well. About a 10k, 11k XP lead. Net worth about 3,000, which is negligible. It just doesn't mean anything at this point almost. But I just did not expect just the events to turn like this.
Yeah, Nico actually picked up MKB in the midst of things and has been able to burst down that Medusa. They pretty much have left Afterlife for the last target most often, taking out no one early. And we may see another engagement mid here. Looks like they're going headlong for the GG push on the side of Vega. No more throw. Press the attack going to be popped on Afterlife. He's just going to stand in the front lines and chip away at the tower. He's going to bait out the glyph here. He's going to get caught with an ice pass. But there is defensive force staff, and he's just going to get bloodlusted up. And it looks like they're going to give their tier 3 away for free. They don't have the buyback on QB here, so Afterlife will find that for free. He'll disengage with that bloodlust movement speed. He's going to outrun the kinetic field, and they'll get a tier 3 for free. So nice little pickup there for Vega.
It definitely was, and Ogre Magi has his own Aghanim Scepter and a level 3 ultimate as well, so will be able to get those quad multicast, if he's lucky enough, of course, or rather skilled enough. And I do believe Aghanim Scepter is pretty close for the Disruptor, although never mind, he's going for a 4-staff now instead. So just point booster into 4-staff. I guess you want to be able to just get the way to safety when you get just focused by the Drow or even the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the range with the Drow, though, with the Frost Arrows is pretty darn good, but either way, definitely a good positioning pickup. They're going to smoke towards Roche. For the side of Section 8, and with Battle Trance, they can bring this down really quick. The Dire Courier is actually scouting this out, and he'll find it for free. So that's 170 gold going the way of all 5 players for 80. But they know they've been scouted now, and they will actually just chip away at the Roche with the Familiars for now. And we do see movement here from Vega.
Oh, this might be huge. Sima, he blinks in with the Berserker Skull. Nobody was waiting there for him. Harsik, though, Kinetic Field does scout out Akimbro. Oh, Visage in such a bad spot, but nobody wants to go with the initiative. Nobody wants to make a mistake here. No one has a double damage rune as well. Maybe popped it a little bit early, but if he can get the jump with a double damage. Oh, he blinks to the high ground. 10 seconds now on cooldown. If Section 80 go now, Kefka goes in with a missed ice path. There's the Berserker Skull onto Kefka. They need to bring him down. Afterlife gets his ultimate off his Nico, baby. Oh no, that's a huge mistake. He has buyback at least. Kefka does as well. But already 2 down. They're gonna go for more. No one. Might lose his life to just Cupid though. Berserker Skull saves him for a little while. The swaps back. They get the kills. But there's dunk number 1. They get yet another one. Plus Cupid, another dunk. Nope. Slightly mistimed, but only 5-second cooldown with the multicast. They do bring them down. And now that fight was just easily won by Vega. Only losing the Legion Commander, who also had buyback.
It's incredible how well that fight went for them. Nico was on the cliff for the first half of that fight, but that Stone Gaze connected well on 2. Actually, Yule's up here from Kefka. It's just going to sound his retreat. They're going to force forward on Pashe, blink forward on Sima, but they're not going to find Kefka. And in the meantime, Afterlife bringing down Roche, and he will find the Aegis. There is cheese available here. Looks like Arzik might pick that up. He does. And now Vega looking pretty damn good. I was going to say the one thing before that engagement happened that was a saving grace is that both Drow's BKB as well as Trolls were at 5 and 6 seconds respectively, and they're now both at 5, of course. So that's one thing. Certainly, the Stone Gaze can pretty much mitigate that if timed well. So that's certainly in Vega's favor.
The Stone Gaze just, I think, kind of won them the fight, or at least got them the kill onto the Drow Ranger at the very least, if nothing else. And of course, the Berserker's Call onto the Troll Warlord just as the Legion was about to die. Bought some extra few seconds that just allowed them to do what they did. Afterlife has the Rapier now as well. They're gonna get the Berserker Skull with the 4-staff. The duel as well onto Kefka, and that's a dieback from Jakiro.
Yeah, Kefka in very risky territory there. 40 minutes into the game, not sure that an invisibility rune can spell your immortality, so he walks right through the lineup of Vega.
Look at Nico, baby. He's going for backdoor, I think, although Akimbro probably gonna lose his life, but the Drow desperate times call for desperate measures. QP coming in as well on the Troll Warlord. They have the familiars. They're trying to go for the tier 4s, man. Are they gonna win this just battle? The glyph is still for the dire side. Radiant. They don't have the glyph though. Afterlife. Switching the targets. He's spying up something. Yeah, he's buying a TP at the moment. They're gonna go back, swap onto our Seek though. They might even lose the Ancient. Oh my god, BKBs are there from QP. Sima goes in onto Nico Baby with the Berserker's Call. QP gonna lose his life to no one, or is he familiar drops by some extra seconds? Nico Baby, he's gonna go down as well. And it was a nice attempt. Got them pretty damn close as well. Familiar will lose their lives. But close is not enough, and our Seek, he's just killing off the Rax.
And they left the Disruptor there. Interesting choice for someone to leave in the base. They were actually continuing to go on Slavi there as their Ancient was being aggressed on, and I guess they finally realized that they should be. So a good awareness from them, and they do bring down Nico, who's now down for 90 plus seconds without buyback here. So Afterlife storming down the mid lane. He's purchased a Rapier here, so free items for everyone, and with that Aegis feeling pretty buff. With most of his mana pool walking right up the high ground here. And they don't have units yet, so they can't, but they do just come into the base now, so they can go tier 4s here, and they should bring them down pretty quick.
Oh man, what a game this has been, but looks like Vega in the end managed to overpower Section 80, and now another duel onto Kefka as well. Of course, Medusa with a Rapier, just that damage output with the split shot is almost second to none, especially with the Aegis, just the safety net as well. Pops the BKB and the Stone Gaze. As a celebratory just fact, although they're still trying to base trade. QP going for the kills instead, gets stunned up, and this will be game.
Well played by Vega to come back with that one. A little bit sketchy in between, but they do find the W here in this first game today. This is GG League Season 2, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will have some more Dota coming your way.
Indeed we have. This is a best of 3 after all. Of course, who loses will be out, so I'm pretty certain that Section 80, they will just bring out all their big cons for game number 2, guys. But having said that, I do hope you enjoyed the cast. If you did, you can always follow HeflaTV for more content. Easiest way to just know when we're going live and on what channels at what times is to follow us on our social media, Facebook and twitter.com/HeflaTV. If you like the caster specifically, it's at Coucher for me everywhere, more or less. And more rage, please. Where can people find you?
You can find me over on Twitter at MRP_Dota, and the same on Twitch TV. And thanks so much for joining us, guys. This has been a HeflaTV production. I guess we'll be back with Game 2 momentarily.
Indeed we will. Just a couple of minutes time, a few songs in between, and see you for Game 2.